Well, it's so funny because the band names are so dumb, most of the time, and as we were putting this project together, recording it, I'm a huge fan of Bowie, and so is Serena, and that was like our favorite like B-side that not too many people know about. So the song itself, if anybody knows it, it's like a mess almost. It's like a beautiful mess. So I just figured, well, she liked that name, and I was like, let's just do that. It's just easy, it's and nobody had it. So that's how it started. Well, I've been playing with the bass player Eddie Nappy for about 10 years, and Serena and I have always been talking about doing a project, and sort of messed around all the time, but it just really came together in the last year or two when I had a friend of mine had a studio in his house, and he let me use it for a couple of days, and so Eddie and I and Norm, the drummer, we all were playing in Mark Lanigan's band for the Bubblegum tour, and that's how we all kind of got our chemistry. So I just called up Norm, and it was like, you want to try playing some songs? So it just kind of started from there as far as like tracking the record. I mean, the songs were already kind of, some of them were already written, and in the process of us recording, more songs came, and it just became natural. That's sort of how it started. She actually, she sang backups on "Make It With You" on the last Queen's record, and that's really the first like debut of her vocal being on anything. But she's always had the gift, and so she's just waiting to bust out at the right time, and it's right now. I produced and mixed it, and it was recorded in 3 locations. The first one is Perfect Circle Studios, which is no more, which was Billy Howardell's studio, and that's where we kind of started tracking the record. Norm has a studio in his house. It's called Happy Ending, and I have a studio in my house, which is called Casa de Leones. So those are the 3 locations. I mixed it at my house. So it's totally a do-it-yourself DIY situation. And it was literally tracked like 2 songs a day, finish those 2 songs, another 2 songs. Instead of, like lots of times you track all the drums and you track all the bass and the guitar, we would do 2 songs at a time, maybe 3. So it wouldn't run into like things sounding too much alike. But it's basically a rock and roll record. Well, it usually starts with Serena and I. She's the lyricist and main melody maker, and between the 2 of us, we try to start things. But recently, it's been kind of interesting just to get in the room and within a couple of minutes with our chemistry, something kind of brews up, and so there's some songs that the band sort of just fell out of everybody. So it's not really any rule, but whatever works. It is only in my head and Eddie's head, and our drummer Kelly too. It's just one of those things where I got Queen's going on, and then this sort of kind of came together really, really nicely, and the timing seemed right to focus on Sweethead. But I probably said this even like the last time I was here, even last year. Like I have a whole record of Enemy material. It just needs to be recorded, and schedules need to line up as far as our drummer Kelly. So yeah, it's still an active thing. It's not very visible right now. I actually love to eat Indian. Indian is, of course, curry and stuff. You guys are laughing. Wow, that's a good question. It's funny, I kind of go in and out of new and old stuff. Wow, right now, I'm trying to think. I have been, so caught up in doing this and mixing it, and I have some B-sides that we're doing too. So we do a Kinks cover of "So Tired of Waiting for You." So I've been listening to them, and I just got a huge collection of James Brown stuff that I've been itching to hear for a long time. So lots of James Brown right now. Other than that, I've been kind of getting into, stuff like Justice. It's a guilty pleasure, but I do like MGMT. Hold on to your money as long as you can. I don't know. I mean, I don't. I have a lot of opinions, but none of them are good. I don't know. I don't know anybody who has my mannerisms, except for Brad Pitt. I like to drink whiskey. I lift 12 ounces at a time. No, I mean, not really. That's it. I had a blast. To play your first show in London, and those guys are my brothers, and to have them, endorse this project and get to open up for them was really, really cool. And then I got to get up on stage with them and Rat Scabies, and it was just a classic good time, and then just I've seen the Eagles of Death Metal come from where it started to where it is now, and it's such a great progression, and their shows are some of the funnest shows I've ever been to, and I love those guys. They're my brothers.